Hello, adventurers. My name's Tyler.
And I'm Richard.
On today's episode, we're unboxing the collector's edition of Daggerheart. Welcome to True Strike.
Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the show. We have a special collector's edition of the episode tonight.
You're taking way too long.
Daggerheart.
I've been waiting to open this thing all day.
All day.
The wrap is still on it.
All day.
Just so you know, I didn't already open it.
I am shocked that it was still open when I got here. Or not open when I got here. I thought it was going to be all splayed out and looked upon.
I mean, if we weren't filming this today, which typically behind the curtain, behind the screen, so to speak, we record a lot of episodes, a weekish in advance, sometimes a little less, depending on, constraints and everything else. This is like the day before you guys are seeing it because I was fortunate enough to get it on the 19th. So, you guys are seeing this like 15 hours after we're opening it. Mm-hmm. So, without further ado, unless you have any more, the box is heavy.
The box is heavy.
Hefty.
Wrapped.
Yes.
Nicely wrapped.
Very well packaged, I might add. The box, the external, but no one cares about this. But the box that came in from USPS, I was like, oh man, I'd be so mad if it's all dinged up on the inside because it was kind of beat up. But inside it had cardboard on each side and then like dense cardboard around the edges so that it was suspended in the middle of the box. Oh, so it was genuinely pretty well packaged. So hey, good on you, Daring to Press / Critical Role. But without further ado, I did poke some pilot holes in it with a knife, so that will make this easier. Richard, if you just want to get a finger in your side, and
we're opening on both sides. Okay,
this is a partnership.
If you're listening on just audio, probably a very less exciting video.
Yes.
We're going to talk about what we see here.
Absolutely.
But if you're watching on video, you're actually going to be able to see what we see here.
Yep. So podcasty people over there on Spotify, you will see video. And if you're on YouTube, hi, you're just already in the right place for video. But like Richard said, we will be doing our best to narrate everything as we go and giving our first impressions. First off here, Richard, magnetic front.
Ooh, nice.
I like that. We're going to just a bunch of stuff all over. Ooh, you've got the correct angle on this.
I have the right angle.
So what do we got, Richard?
Right off the jump, we've got papers galore.
Whoa, it's like a thick stack.
Oh, this is like not even a stack. This is like a sheet. This is a glue-bound
all that
sheet.
Is stuck. So what do we got?
Which looks like character sheets right off the jump.
So the front, we got character sheets. Is it for in particular like classes or nothing like that, or is
the very top one is just a agnostic character
Perfect.
sheet, which is interesting.
Great.
Yeah, it has nothing on it, and then after that you get to like Bard, and then you're going through the classes.
So is it just the very top one?
The very top one, yeah,
so
and then it jumps
just
directly
enough to
into
photocopy.
That. Yeah, just enough to photocopy on that one, and then you're getting into your standard classes. Which
these are all easy rip out.
It looks like there may only be one of each.
Okay,
yeah, so it looks like there's one of each here.
But they have made this stuff available on their website, so I'll leave a link for those documents down below.
Yeah, and then we're getting the character creation sheet, which we've already seen in its early forms, but now it's just got it's a little bit more art on here, which is your choosing of your class, your heritage, character traits, and stuff like that. And
to anyone wondering anything we gloss over today, we will be doing deep dives into all of this information, classes, domain cards, just everything. It's going to be a lot of Daggerheart for the next, weeks, months. We're super stoked. We've been waiting. If you've been following the channel, we've been waiting for this game for a very long time.
Yeah, there's a lot to get into here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Even things like, we've got the character, sidecars, which I'm glad those stuck around.
Yeah, those made it into the final edition. Yeah.
Because during the beta playthrough, little, testing stuff we did, those were great for showing the players how, really just how their character sheets worked.
Yeah, no, the sidecars are very helpful. I like how they actually sit next to your character sheet and really show you where to look and how to operate. It was very good to have in the beta, so it's kind of cool to see they carried that over. We've got equipment sheets in here as well.
Heck yeah.
So the equipment sheets are here.
That stuff being broken out of the book is, I don't want that to be understated how important that is. Is that two of the same one?
Yes. So that is
each side of the table.
Yep, each side of the table will have your standard equipment sheet.
Yep. Sweet.
Yep. Then you have your play guide. So this is your actual, turn orders, what you're actually rolling, quick reference.
How many of those
do
we got?
That looks like there is more than enough to hand out players here. Man, that's probably at least 10,
Perfect.
12 or so. Yeah.
So some of the stuff like character sheets and things, I understand you're going to photocopy that because you're going to make stacks of them, right? Like if I'm going to do this, at my home scanner or at a Kinko's or whatever, right? I'm going to be making like 20 of those at a time at least, and have like someone back up. But something like that, I don't plan on that being disposable. My players shouldn't be like tearing through play guides. So having, 4 or more of those on hand just in, within this collector's edition, great, cool, because those should just last forever.
Yeah. No.
Especially because I will probably be laminating them.
This is for you, so this is your GM guide.
No, my eyes only.
GM guide.
You'll be using that yourself at some
example
point.
moves, hope and fear, spotlighting, just basically stuff you can do with your action rolls. That's pretty cool.
Excellent.
We have a map.
Hey, this is what I wanted.
This is the map.
Here we go. All blank and ready for filling out with your party.
Yep. So this is just a Forgotten Kingdom. What is that? The Gasselian School, the Hinting Pass. So there's
So this has some ideas.
This has some ideas of what you could do on here, but the map itself is not filled out at all. There's actually multiples of this. So here's another
I'll say
one.
they're different maps.
Yeah, this is different maps.
Like it.
Yep. So it looks like there's 2 separate maps here, and then we get to another one here, which is actually one called the Witherwild. Which has some stuff on here. Haven and Fanawick.
Nice.
Another one.
Why is this one upside down?
Banners burning. This one is upside down.
It has more.
So these are
out.
going to be for those specific frames.
Frameworks.
Yeah, these are going to be for specific frameworks then. Beast Feast. Yep. So here's the one for Beast Feast.
Love
That's
it.
a really cool looking map. This map is interesting because it is down.
Yes.
So instead of
Deeper
being instead of being like an overhead shot of a map, this is the side view.
Most civilizations up top.
Yeah, like a dungeon. That's really, really cool. The Age of Umbra.
I like that. We'll get to see some of that soon. They're doing that. Was it 8-part mini campaign with Core Cast Critical Role? That's sick. I like that this is just showing you how you're going to be able to label out your maps.
Yeah.
Not only the blank ones, but if you just draw up your own maps, you can have your players just jot down. Like, it doesn't have to be so precise as a bulleted line to an area, and draw like a square and be like, this is the town of Figglefoot, and this is Amber Taco. You could just draw it across a mountain region, and these are the super hard creeks.
What is this one?
That's Motherboard.
Motherboard. This is not one that I am familiar with at all.
Well, I'm assuming we'll get into that once we start getting through some of these frameworks.
This one looks very futuristic.
Are you excited?
Yeah, this is some cyberpunky looking stuff here. So
they did promise us Daggerheart could be used for different settings.
I am
agnostic.
interested in what this could possibly be, because that city in the center of Motherboard looks like awfully fancy, like high rises and stuff like that. That's pretty cool looking. Colossus of the Drylands is a desert with some buttes and stuff like that. So that looks really cool. I think the 2 that are the most interesting to me in here are Colossus of the Drylands and the Motherlode, or the Motherboard.
It's funny to me because we were very specifically like, hey, video watchers, this is going to be the video episode, and we've showed none of these.
Yeah, so this
video.
So the problem with this thing is I wanted to hold it up so you guys can see it.
Kind of flimsy because it's just paper.
I'm going to have you hold it up. The binding on this is just a glue binding.
Oh yeah, it's already.
So I am a little bit worried about us damaging it, but you can see motherboard right there. But yeah, so that's the only thing I would say about this is, this is
it's meant to be ripped,
torn off sheets. Yes.
Yeah, this will at some point be
it is
individuals.
A very, very thin glue binding on the top, which means if you try and hold this up to show the camera too much, it is definitely going to start tearing off sheets.
Yeah. So for everyone,
but there's a lot there. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff there. You're kind of blown out. You probably want to move back a little bit there. Yeah, that's good.
They are very thin, but it is a thick little booklet.
Yeah, a lot of really cool sheets.
So we come to this little panel. The artwork from outside the box continues inwards. It is just that, but we got this little leather, or not leather, what am I saying? Cloth, like little ribbon we can pull up, and that brings out our first layer, which appears to be the GM screen. And
if you want to do the GM screen, so the book is individually wrapped, which is kind of cool too.
Yes. So do you need a blade of sorts?
Is fine. Or are you good? No, I think I should be fine with this. If you want to just talk about the GM screen.
So the GM screen here is the art we know and love that we've seen previews of for the collector's edition, with the oranges over to the purple representing like the hope and fear. I will hold up the outside art to the camera real quick. The big thing here that may or may not show up super well is the gold trimming around the outside and the inside. I'll show you that side real quick. Is awesome. This is the foily stuff that I was not certain I would be the biggest fan of, and yeah, I am. I'm a giant fan of this. So
the screen is
I like
longer than I anticipated.
I like a 3-panel design.
Being a 3-panel design, I expected it to be shorter than that. But yeah, no, it's got good length to it.
No, it's so this is the weird thing, right? I like a taller screen. So I would appreciate it if it was a little bit taller.
Okay.
Absolutely just personal preference. Also understand it has to fit in the box. But for a game like Daggerheart, where I'm assuming, I know in our like test games and stuff, we didn't have to have too much prepped, and maybe, you know, that'll be totally wrong when we get into the real game. But if I'm not having a ton of stuff on my side of the screen, maybe I don't need a super tall screen either. We'll see. Either way, oh man, I want to just start going through all the stuff for the GM screen right now. But like we said, it's that unboxing. So we will have to get to that at some point. I'm assuming we'll do like a DM screen deep dive. It's killing me. I'm gonna have to go back to our episode where we referenced the like blurry photos from the conventions,
blurry photos to see how close we were on some of this stuff.
See what we got right, what we got wrong. I'm so hyped about this game, man.
Yeah, overall, I like the DM screen. I like the size of it. Unlike you, I don't necessarily need a tall GM screen. I do like a shorter.
I like to hide away from all of you. So
I can't see. I think my problem is like
me.
A lot of the times when I'm running games, not necessarily Dungeons and Dragons, I have a lot more stuff out in front.
So you want to see on the other side of the screen.
So I'm looking at the other side of the screen because I'm always presenting you guys with like weird maps, or weird puzzles, or playing games where there's pools out there, right? So like if I'm playing Dreams and Machines and stuff like that, and there are token pools, I want to be able to see them visibly and clearly. So maybe that's why we're dealing with a short screen here too.
I find myself
to be able to look at that kind of stuff.
Situations where I have to be wary of. I have players that sit very close to me, and one of them will always be like, "I could see that," and they'll turn their head like, "I could see that." And I'm like, "Why are you looking?"
Stop
like,
looking.
This is on you, because the guy on the other side has never once said this, and that either A means he's not looking, or B he's just never said anything. Either way, it's the same in the wash. Like, I don't care. Like, I have the players I trust to do with that information the most. I'm like, hey, you know what? They're fine. We're good to go. The closest to me. So just stop. It's fine. So little screen, you know, maybe it's okay. Either way, it's gorgeous.
I'm digging the foil on that.
Yeah, see, foil's winning you over.
I'm digging the foil on that. More importantly, I'm digging the foil on this book. So that same gold leaf foil is all around the corner of this book. However, that's not what's jumping out at me.
Is it the purple foil?
Do you see that little purple foil logo?
It's on the side too.
So yeah, that purple foil. So it says Daggerheart in that purple.
It does.
Purple foil, which is really hard to see on camera.
I was gonna say, are we gonna blow out too much if we get too close?
But yeah, that looks amazing. But I love the little logo down in the corner too. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm digging the color profile of this stuff. I really like the color range.
I wish we had a way to get this camera that blowing out every single shot.
It's the big light behind it.
Yeah. Oh man, this is another thing. We got this in, and I am the slowest reader who's ever read. And Richard is like, it's only gonna take you like a day to read through this. And to that, I say, my friend, there are 366 pages of this book.
That's nothing.
And you'll say, yeah, but some of that's character sheets and index. You're not going to read that.
What that is. Yeah.
But I do have to read that because that's part of that's what the show is. Also, I found Motherboard.
Hey, that definitely
very
looks techy.
quickly. This is just Dreams and Machines.
That looks techie. That looks techie.
Oh my God, there's even Robo Animals.
I see Robo Animals. I have a feeling this is probably going to be one of my favorite frameworks.
Oh my God.
Yep.
All right, check this out if you can see it. It's white pages, so you're probably not going to be able to, but if you're on YouTube, zoom and enhance. I know you can pinch zoom on those video platforms. If I get too close, it's going to be funky for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've absolutely got some Robo Animals. We've got some like lasers being shot. We've got what's that? Like Catman?
Robo Panther.
Like working on this guy.
Robo Catman.
Little ribbit. Oh,
yeah.
God. I love this so much. This is adorable.
I am hyped that one of the main frameworks in the book is a sci-fi.
Ready for this? This is something we didn't discuss. Teaser for future episodes, I guess. Ancestries. Some ancestries are not available for Motherboard campaign. As needed, provide the following information for your players. Clanks. Clanks are unavailable in the Motherboard campaign. All I cannot pronounce this word. Autonomous robotic beings are remnants, and though they have many unique forms, none have sapience. Magical ancestries. Some ancestries in Daggerheart have inherent magical features like the Dracona's elemental breath. Consider how these would manifest in a world where magic comes from technology, then adapt the flavor of each feature accordingly.
Okay.
Absolutely, the second one is cool. That's the role playing. That's why we want to play this game so bad. We love having to like figure out how things fit in a world without, with limitations. We want the limitations so we can break them. Clanks just not being available is not something I considered. So now I'm wondering what else we're going to run into. God, I just want to sit here on this one page, Richard. I cannot wait for us to do these deep dives into these frameworks. Classes. All classes are available with some of unique aspects in the Motherboard campaign. Here's an example. Druids. When druids transform into a beast form, it wraps around them as a mechanized suit that can enhance their senses, change the way they move, or grant them unique abilities. A druid's beast form can look similar to remnants of the Echo Veil or more closely resemble living animals.
So druids are Iron Man. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Oh my God, it just keeps going. There's so much more to these frameworks than I thought there was going to be, dude.
Oh, that's like actual circuit boards.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
It tells you how to construct and how to write
circuitry
in their language.
Oh, so their language is circuitry.
Their language is code. KOHD. Cool. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is the coolest stuff ever. So they have their own language, and then they basically just tell the GM in this instance, how to write in that language, so you can leave messages for your players. Please take this book from me.
Yeah,
I'm never going to leave.
No, I just want to show this code so people can actually see what you're talking about here.
This is the coolest thing.
That's really cool.
I didn't even mean to find this. Also, something we're skipping over. Color-coded side, so you can find certain sections of the book.
Yeah, you didn't use that. You just opened to the back of the book and went straight into frameworks for there. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better.
No, that's really cool. It's hard to see on camera, but you can sort of see like they have like color coding on the side, so presumably you'll know exactly where you need to go.
Oh God, we got to end this episode so I can just start reading through this. This is all right. One of the things, you just be ready for it. We're gonna say the creative freedom in this book is amazing. We're gonna say the art's amazing. We're gonna get to these things as we start deep diving through sections, but man. The creativity in this book's amazing, Richard, and the art is amazing.
Yeah, every time you turn the page, I see a new bit of art, and it is like shockingly good.
Yes,
like really, really good. Some of the stuff we've seen in the previews they've been doing for the past week.
Yeah, they've been dropping bits on Reddit thanks to Demiplane.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so stoked. Don't look at these, Richard. You might be fighting some of these
stuff in here. Yeah, I am really.
I gotta stop flipping through this book. There's more box to go through.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the frameworks now. Like, well, I was excited about frameworks before.
For sure, absolutely.
But seeing the amount of information that is being presented in the frameworks has exceeded what I thought we were going to get. So I just innately thought frameworks are probably going to be smaller.
Yeah.
like not as crazy in depth as what we are seeing here. That's a lot more detail on the frameworks.
I can't wait.
And that's cool.
Are we going to do frameworks as an episode, or are we going to do individual frameworks as episodes?
We're probably going to have to end up doing at least one or two frameworks for an episode, maybe one. I'm really interested now to see what that desert framework holds. Is this going to be like a Mad Maxian style desert? Or I don't really know now.
We got to get through this book, man. Like, or this box. This unboxing is hurting me. So that's the end for this top section.
Okay. That's it for the top section.
Yes, it is divided like a drawer.
Okay.
So we've got the little ribbon here. I'll place that back because I'm gonna need it back at some point. Also, the art here, sick. The through line of the division between hope and fear, the purple and oranges continues on. Zoom and enhance video watchers. Rich is positioning it up. Yeah, I'm super into this. It looks like a wizard is up top, and they have their staff up to the sky, and it's dividing the sky right above them because magic is super cool. And Richard has unlocked the second drawer.
Didn't even realize
through gravity.
Through gravity.
We call that there's a word for it. Gravity magic. Oh my god! It just slips right out.
It's just a whole slip out. Okay.
So that has been separated.
So this we can come back here with.
Yep. Goodbye, True Strike Pillow. We don't need you. Second unboxing.
Yeah, it's a whole new box here.
Is this magnet?
I was about to say, we're gonna see how long it takes Tyler to open up this box.
Hey, it's magnets are hard. Oh my god, I need a minute.
Oh, it's so pretty in here.
Woo!
So I already see some cool stuff. We've got some nice little pouches in here that have our logos on them, which is really, really cute. So a nice little black one.
You sound like such a TikTok influencer.
There's dice in here.
It's really, really cute.
These are what
I mean, I agree with you entirely.
I want to see those dice.
I was going to say,
real bad.
Those are tokens.
Tokens. Yep. So this is a token bag.
Hope and fear tokens.
Hefty.
All right. You know what? Hope and fear. Let's do it. Let's save the dice because you're waiting on that. Right.
The dice are going to make me regret not buying this edition. I can already tell you that. The dice are going to do it.
So, opening the token bag. Watch this just be full of dice.
No. Okay, they're exactly what I thought they were going to be.
They are exactly the dice, or the gems, I bought for our beta test.
Yeah, so I was going to say, if you've been to a craft store and you've looked at stuff that, like you would put inside of like a vase, a vase, if you will. Fish tank. Yeah, the plastic gemstones.
You just got to figure out what color you want for everybody.
There's a decent selection of color here.
Yeah. I like that they are very distinct. That was one issue I ran into. The ones I purchased for the beta.
My mic. It's pink.
Well, that just means pink's gonna be yours.
Yeah.
So hey, I love them. I think they might be a little larger too than the ones I had.
Yes, these are a little bit larger than the ones you had. Yeah. So. But nothing super crazy here. Like I said, these are what you'd see, like in your hobby store if you were looking for a rock shaped gemstone, basically. But good selection of colors there.
Question is, for my fear, am I going to want red or am I going obsidian?
Obsidian.
I feel like I have to, right? It's the only one that's opaque. All right. Do the honors, do the dice. We'll save the cards for last.
Like I said, the dice. This is what I regret.
It's like felt lined?
Oh, it's felt lined, yeah.
I like it.
Same little logo on there.
Is it the exact? Oh, I guess it is just the Daggerheart logo, right?
Yeah, it's just the Daggerheart logo, except it's purple. Why'd they tie this one?
This one was tied too.
Like, they know they really tied this one shut.
Yeah.
That was a double knot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, to stop you from opening it
they don't
so
want
quickly.
They don't want your dice falling out.
Good on them. Thank you. The anticipation's killing me. Oh my god.
They're stuck.
They're so pretty.
Ooh, these are beautiful.
All right, go ahead and get those special D12s out of there.
The D12s.
The special ones.
The special ones. So we've got...
You know which ones they are.
Those two right there?
I believe so. Because those are all matching, right?
Oh, yeah. So these are the matching.
So it has one like sharp edge regular set. And I'll tell you why the other one's special in a minute. So what Rich is holding up here to the camera right now is the D20. This would, be your GM die, basically. You're using this. It's just a very pretty gold inked, purple with like the foil in the middle, sharp edge, standard set. But the piece resistance is this non-traditional shaped D12 Hope and Fear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
These guys are real interesting.
Same idea with like the foiling and stuff. Okay, so we do have the Daggerheart logo on the 20 on the D20 as well. Doesn't look like any of the other ones have that logo, but these special D12s also have it. So there is a standard D12 in the standard set, but these special ones, yep. High number, you got the logo. So yeah, so my assumption here is they just wanted to have like unique shape. There's not like doubles on this or anything, right? They just wanted to have their own like unique, more stone-looking dice. I really like these. I'm getting into the weird.
Shape is very cool.
I'm getting into the weird part of like dice brain where I'm like, do these roll perfectly evenly like the other ones because they have like the unique? But like any face I go to seems to be even.
Yeah, so they visually immediately look confusing.
Yes,
because they very non-traditional. Yeah, very non-traditional. I can't say that I've seen many dice that are even close to this shape.
I mean, here's a standard D12 in comparison.
Yeah. So it has the feel of a D12, but then it like, depending on how you're looking at it, it's weird because like you'll look at it and the way the light hits it, it looks like it's off balance.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's leaning in a specific direction, but it's just kind of a trick of the light play.
So there are 4 sides to each face, is instead of 5, like your traditional, right? I'm not making that up. And it's, I don't know. My brain is confused, but I trust it. I trust the math.
They look really good.
They look really cool.
They look really good. And the traditional set, like the more traditional sets in here, the hard edge, also looks very, very good.
Very good. I'm not going to be, I'm not a corporate, daring to press apologist. Not the prettiest dice that I've ever seen in my life. I've seen Dispel put out some really, really good sets that I think would, beat some of these. However, it's a good set of sharp edge dice, especially if you're into like the purple and gold.
It's a very good
solid.
set. I think I'm
not upset with it.
The only thing that I would ding these dice on is some slight imperfections on the surfaces.
Sure.
So like if you take a look at your number 1, so your crit 1 on your D20 does have a slight imperfection in it.
Oh, that is like a very real So is that like a fill cap?
That is from the cap of the mold. Yes.
Interesting.
So that is basically where if you don't know anything about dice making,
that's a
very
real
simply
ding.
You put the resin in a mold. The mold has a cap that comes down. A lot of makers will spend a lot of time sanding down specific faces of their dice to remove stuff like that. That one has been missed, so you definitely can see where there was a little bit of a peak.
It's like a spur if you're feeling with your finger.
A spur. If you have any game science dice in your collection, you'll be very familiar with this because game science dice are very unapologetic when it comes to cleaning of dice. And when you buy them, a lot of them do require a little bit of work if you wanted it to be 100% flat on each side. So if you have game science dice, take a look at them. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. If you've never heard of game science dice, you should take a look at them because they make some really cool stuff.
These unique D12s, the Hope and Fear, are you noticing the same on your Fear? Because I haven't found any issues with my Hope.
Yes, so on the Fear, it is not as pronounced, but there is a slight dip to that face. So if you catch the face in the light, you'll notice the corner of one of the sides is slightly raised.
Really?
So it would be a concave kind of a surface, and that's just because the resin would have settled down a little bit. So this one probably wasn't filled as much as, like, say, the one that you're holding over there. Most of the time, a lot of makers will put like the one side as the top of the die, and that looks to be the case here as well.
Yeah.
But it's, I think the only die that it's actually really prevalent on, I just checked them all while you were looking at it, is your D20. So the D20 has a little bit of a pip. But I mean, overall, like, I mean, I've definitely seen worse dice. These are very nice dice. I like the color, honestly.
And that's the funny thing. I mentioned Dispel specifically, right? A set of Dispel dice alone are what, $80?
$80, yeah.
So the fact that I'm getting a full set here and a set, Hope and Fear and everything else for what was $150, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. I'm not mad about it.
This right here, like I said, this would be what would make me regret not picking up this box.
I was gonna say, at that point,
just
take the regular set out.
I really like the Hope and Fear. I really love these Hope and Fear. I love the non-traditional shape. I am a collector of non-traditional shaped dice, period. So I have...
I'm just a collector of dice.
So many dice that are just weird offsets. Like, my goal last year at Gen Con when I was walking around was looking for just weird dice on the show floor.
Yeah.
And then buying them. Weird numbered dice, weird shaped dice. So yeah, I like non-traditional stuff, and I really do like these Hope and Fears. These are very, very cool.
I just like that. I mean, I'm gonna be rolling those,
and I really like this set, like the standard set.
Yeah,
I would totally play with this set. Even with that slight imperfection on the D20, that's not enough that's actually going to affect your roll.
Yeah,
that's not changing anything. It's just if you were like an extreme perfectionist, it's there. Don't care, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I can let you know now. I like the colors. I like the dice. I'm not mad about it. Will these replace my go-to like game dice? No. These Hope and Fear, those are now part of my staple collection.
Yeah.
Those will be rolled every time, every time I'm playing, this game. However, at the end of the day, this is what's funny. I'm not rolling Hope and Fear like the players are. This is basically replacing my D12.
Yet. No, I mean, this is before when you play when I'm a player, eventual motherboard campaign.
Then I'm going to be like, look at my special dice,
have a
weirdos.
Special set of dice.
Yeah. So I'll be rocking those. Absolutely. This is my
I've already ruined them.
Prize. You just rolled a 12.
I'm rolling generally pretty low on these. Oh, there's an 11.
No, that's great. Plus, you're adding them together. Don't forget.
Well, I know, but I've been rolling really, really low, below 6 on every die.
Watch. Guys, we're not going to keep doing this the whole game.
You got to test them.
So I got a total of a 12 with Fear.
All right.
So
I got to make myself a liar about this D20 and see how good it rolls too. A 3. So yeah, that imperfection is definitely.
You think that's what's hindering you?
Yeah, it's definitely doing.
Well, I got a natural 20.
Okay, whatever.
These dice are
just
great.
Showing off.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm merely showing off. But that's the die I'm going to use against you.
The dice.
So
I like. Very, very hype.
Gemstones.
They're fine.
When we were getting ready for the beta, I was looking for something that would represent Hope and Fear, and I didn't want to go out and like print tokens and stuff like that. And I settled on the same exact thing, which is why it's so funny to me that this is what they ended up selling. Because I think in the grand scheme of things, of what's out there, other than making unique tokens for this game, which I think at that point is just going to raise the cost of the collector's edition or the game in general. This is great. This is fine. Especially, you're the purple player. You got purple tokens.
Yeah, they're good.
You take a hope, and you put them back in the pile when you're done with them.
Although I might have something
absolutely functional. I think they're pretty.
I might have something better for Fear. But
I did expect something different for Fear.
It's not going to be on this episode. I'll bring them to you next episode.
Richard has an internet friend now who he made something from them and didn't bring it today.
Yeah, so it's not here for the episode right now, but
it will be for the next week's episode.
I want to print some other stuff too, so I have a better option for Fear, and I will present that to you in the next episode.
Oh, we'll see about that. All right. I don't know about if we're going to actually pop these out yet, because I want to immediately sleeve them.
Yeah, okay, so...
However, here are our our collector's edition cards.
Collector's edition cards.
Stack that real quick.
Man, they are very, very gold.
All right.
Like, ultra gold on the side. Like, you can see that, like, how reflective that is. Yeah. Incredibly foily. And he just threw them.
It's still recording. We're fine.
So you got right here. You look at the backs.
So
you can see it.
Yeah. You're better at this than I am.
So same artwork, except for now you have the actual Daggerheart logo, kind of front and center in the card. But then you have that that purple and orange, And then the cards themselves are very pretty looking. I did not expect this.
Are different backs for different types of cards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is the community cards. They have the Daggerheart logo, right, with the dagger in the fire. These appear to be spell cards.
I was going to say, it looks like, well, that's the front. So it looks like a different domain will have different
each domains. Yeah.
So there's a spell card in the front of this. There's a magical like book on the back of this one. So it looks like each of the domains, because right here, this grimoire has that same logo that's on the back of this card.
Yep.
So I believe whatever is under your cost is also going to match on the back, which is sick and also helps me a lot when I'm organizing and I'm trying to unmix cards. So we ran into that issue with
something
some
of
other
note
games.
here,
and tear me down.
This is not tearing you down. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of the product being sold to me via the description of the collector's edition.
Oh.
These aren't foil cards.
Oh, well, did it say foil?
Well,
I know it said foil edged.
It said foil edged. I assume that we were also dealing with more foil and actual artworks and stuff like that.
I could light up the room.
These are foil edged.
I could burn colonies of ants.
I expected there was actually going to be some like foil on the actual cards themselves as well, not just foil edged cards.
Yeah.
So that is kind of interesting. That it's not, and I do like that. That edge looks really, really good.
I'm a big fan of this, and I'm absolutely so happy with my purchase so far.
Yeah, you're happy with the collectors?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you?
No, I think it looks great. I think it looks really, really good. I'm very impressed with the quality of the foil edge on these cards.
Go ahead and open that one up.
That looks really, really good.
Open it up.
I also do like the fact they're going to make me a liar here. But I like the inclusion of easy rip on all of these packaging.
Totes my goats.
So all these cards, you don't actually need like a knife to get into.
Yeah, because you don't want to scratch up your cards.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to scratch up your cards. So yeah.
Oh my God, it's even prettier than the plastic off.
They actually have like the little easy rip on here. And
I'm too excited for these cards, man.
So foily. Is it going to cover me in gold glitter right now?
No,
is that my question? No,
no, it's not going to come off.
So we're pretty good.
Richard, this is the premium edition.
This is a premium edition.
Yeah.
Multiple cards for all the communities. Dude. Oh man, they look beautiful.
All right, hold on. I'm going to have to do something for you after you're done shuffling these.
What's that?
The thickness of these cards is like exemplified when you see someone shuffling through them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It looks like you're shuffling bars of gold, dude.
It really does. Yeah. When you pointed that out, that's quite interesting. When you hold the card, especially when it catches the light, you can really see the thickness of these cards. So what I'm seeing here is a bunch of new artwork that I have not previously seen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there'd be tons of it we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Now that every card has unique art now.
Yeah, every card has unique art in here. Yeah, we're seeing some really, really cool stuff here. I want to show one to the camera.
Yeah, please do.
Ooh. Little ribbit sorcery card. Yeah, it's interesting watching you. No, it was from the middle. I had it separated so that it could go back exactly where it came from, and then you ruined everything.
Well, you laid it all down in one pile.
It's right before these sorceries. You should see it coming up.
That's fine.
See? Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching you actually shuffle through them now, I see what you're talking about. It looks like hunks of gold bar.
Yeah, this is bringing me right back to Burger King, hunting down some, like, Pokemon, the first movie, like, bars of 24 karat gold plated cards. Like, whoo boy, these are rad.
Some very decently thick cards. I like that a lot.
I didn't that's another thing I didn't expect, and I don't want to undersell how important that is, especially for the durability of something that I know a lot of people are going to be worried, especially getting these foiled edges. They're like, oh, my players are going to ruin these. Yes, they are. Sleeve them, you maniac.
So on that note, sleeving. So we talked about this very slightly because you said you'd read something on Reddit.
Yep.
I am looking at the case here where these cards go into. You probably want to wait until you get your cards and take some very exacting measurements if you are planning on sleeving these cards, because there is not a lot of wiggle room in this case, which means if you get a exceptionally larger sleeve, you are not going to be able to put your cards back into the case.
Well, so from what I've seen from some of the early people that have opened this stuff up, just having them sleeved in general seems to be, they just don't fit anymore.
Well, it's really going to come down to the sleeve that you buy because, so for example, some of my cards for God tier, I took those cards into my local game store, and they have tons and tons of sleeve options in there.
Just adding thickness going up, it's already like
we got some
flush.
We got some sleeves that are almost exacting to the cards.
Yeah.
So they go into they still go into my card boxes and everything like that. They fit really, really well, but they are, slightly difficult to get in the sleeves because you really have to push them down in there, but they barely add any extra to the cards. Like you said, height is going to be a big difference here.
Yeah.
So once you sleeve these up, I don't know.
I think I'm out of luck at that point.
So the question now is are you going to sleeve these?
Oh, I've got them right here.
Okay, so but then what are you going to do? Are you not going to use this box anymore?
So I've seen some people have said that once, if you take out the gems, the tokens, and the dice, that you can split the cards amongst the different areas, and you can make them all fit. So, and this one does fit in this side here, which means I've got a couple areas extra. See?
Okay.
So I've got some wiggle room.
I can tell you what I would do.
What's that?
I wouldn't sleeve these at all.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a maniac.
I
would never. Oh, you're okay. You're gonna keep these and never let your players touch them?
Nope. I would YOLO this entire set. I would play with it as it sits.
Really?
Yeah. I would play with this as it sits.
If I had friends I trusted, I would. If you were the only person that came over and we were playing a one-on-one game, sure.
Man, these are pretty sized. These edges are very
You remember
beautiful.
I was cleaning this table for like 5 minutes before you got here today?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have gross friends. Yes, I'm talking about you.
You're
you
gross.
know you are. You're yucky.
You're gross. I am gross friend.
You're not yucky. You're the cleanest person I've ever met in my life. Sometimes it's startling, but you are a very clean human being.
No, if this were,
that's why I'm letting you touch these unsleeved.
If this were my sets,
but it's not.
I would not be sleeving them. Everything is such a perfect fit in here as it sits. I don't think I would sleeve it. I would go ahead and keep everything kind of as it is.
And as soon as we're done filming, I will begin sleeving.
I am interested to see how your sleeves are and how big they're going to make everything.
Let's find out.
You could definitely remove these tokens, and put these somewhere else. But if you're really going to travel with this as like a full complete set,
which I'm not,
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I know there's people that are going to, because this collector set is set up very well to where you this is really all you need. Like if you have this box with you, you can throw this in your backpack.
You also need love.
And you can sit down and you can play.
Love
Everything is going to be in here. Players provide pencils. That's pretty much it. So that right there, I love how it's just all inclusive.
God, that's a fake card.
So I don't think I would sleeve these at all. I think I would just use them.
Woo, this is a tight fit.
That's good because it's going to help you. It's still not going to help you on that vertical travel, though.
Some people have gone even smaller, and I don't think I would go any. I don't know how you would. Like, people are nuts. They're going to be warping their cards left and right. But these I got from Titan Shield. They are the 66mm by 91mm. This is, well, I'll let Richard tell you how he believes.
Yeah, so this is very similar to like my God tiers, although my God tiers are smaller than this. So my cards are an even tighter fit than this.
That would scare me.
Yeah, I don't like the sleeves that you got.
Yeah, because you don't like the back?
Because I don't like matte back sleeves.
Yeah.
I want complete clear. So he's got a kind of like a gradient matte filter over the back. So when you're looking at the artwork on the back of the card, it's kind of, not perfectly clear.
All right. Well,
so I don't like that as much.
Get rid of them.
I don't like that as much. It does fit. So side to side. So that card fits perfectly inside of there, which is good news for you. The bad news is I can't get it out now. But I think the bad news would be once you get all of these sleeved up, how much height are you adding?
Oh, it's definitely going to add some.
Yeah. Is it going to add too much?
Like I said, I if I go off, people have unboxed this before us, which I didn't look at any of the images, but I've seen the text. This is the pre-20th, pre-19th even, where people were getting them in early, but didn't want to like upset anyone. So they were just writing their feelings in the comments and stuff. And they said the only way they got it to work was taking these pouches out and adding the cards into the other areas, which, like we just checked, is an option. Because
it's an option, so it definitely does fit over there. Fit. Yeah, they do fit, so you'd be able to spread them out.
Which I believe is what I'm going to have to do.
Not for me. So I should be clear too. I am also a former Magic the Gathering player. I am that guy that you hated to see roll up to the table and play Magic the Gathering, just in the way that he treated his cards, because I was unsleeved. Full on shuffling my Magic decks with even cards that were quote unquote expensive inside of it, because I was not a Magic collector when I was a child, and that never instilled into me growing up. I was not a Magic collector. I was a Magic the Gathering player. So I even just like straight up was bench shuffling my Magic decks. They were all very worn. By the time I did sell a lot of my collection, some of my more expensive cards like Gia's Cradles and like
losing subs by the minute,
Moxes and stuff like that were harsh played quality, because I literally just poker card shuffled those things on a regular basis.
That's wild to me, because just the fact that the top of this card is so flush with the sleeve makes me want a taller sleeve.
Yeah, and it is.
I'm like,
that's exposed.
Yeah,
that's exposed.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you one thing, having the sleeve on totally kills your side foil edge.
100%, it's gone.
It's gone. You can't see it anymore.
Nope.
That's just gone.
If you want completely. Your card to look like a bar of gold,
don't put sleeves on it.
Don't put sleeves on it. What I recommend at that point is waiting for them to sell you additional cards, keeping this for yourself, and never letting your friends touch them.
No. I do want the collector's edition now.
Now it's gone. Where are you going to get it?
Because of that gold edge.
No, you better hope you find it at a con.
That's what makes me want it. Oh yeah, I know. Getting it now is ridiculous. It's just not going to happen. But I think it's a very good set. Like, I really, really like these cards. I like the way they look. I like the way they feel.
Well, I wish you got them too. We could use yours.
Yeah, I definitely would have used them too.
Really?
Oh yeah, we would totally been playing with my cards. I would have let you put this away, squirrel it away in the corner, and we'd never use it, and we would just be using my set. Yeah, maybe I'll find one at a convention, or maybe, actually, I guarantee you one of these is going to pop up in our local stores.
Really? You think they're going to get the limited?
I think so.
And you're going to buy it?
I think that I can name at least 2 stores off the top of my head that's probably going to get it.
Well, we better go tomorrow.
Is it going to be a premium purchase? Absolutely.
Well, maybe not. We have one local store, so not like next door, but like close enough that we can get to, that we enjoy. That's Punk Outer Games. If you're ever around Gainesville, they are pretty rad. And you got a book there before that it was marked up at another store that we're not less fans of. That Punk was like, no, this is what it costs. It's the same cost. And you're like, sweet. Yeah. This is how it should be.
Something like this, though, I think will probably get a markup. That other store that will be unnamed would probably sell this for $600-700 if they get it in the shop. I'm not even joking on that price tag. They inflate prices that much at that store. Mm-hmm. It's insane.
I don't think they plan on selling it.
Yeah. So, but
I just want to tell you, you can't afford it.
If I roll into one of my local game stores and I see this, I am going to be hard pressed not to pick it up.
Yeah.
And this is coming from somebody who
you didn't want it.
Didn't pre-order it because I didn't want it. And I was fine with just getting the core edition, which I'm eventually going to get that probably. But if in the meantime this pops up, I think I'll probably pick it up just because I do like the way everything looks.
You wouldn't buy the core though if you bought this too, right? Like if you bought this.
No, if I bought this would be
okay. I was gonna say because you're not gonna you just told
me
you're gonna treat the cards like old Lego toy bricks or whatever.
No, I'm just saying that I am not as concerned with damaging them, I think, as the masses would be.
Sure.
Just because for me, like I had to explain myself a little bit here.
Here we go.
Me on the spot. I'm not a collector of things. So I don't have collectible shelves and curios and stuff like that. I don't collect physical media like DVDs and music and stuff like that. I largely do, digital stuff. And when I do own a product, it's a use case product. So I'm not the collector mindset. When I buy a thing, I'm going to use it, which is why the player's handbook that I use and that I reference is a player's handbook that has signatures in it and is the limited that we got at Gen Con and everything like that, which some people might not even touch.
Yeah.
They would put that away and not touch it. That's the book that I reference, that I use.
I mean, I'm in the same boat. Mine's sitting right over there.
On a regular basis. So me buying this as a collector's edition isn't me trying to keep it pristine. Obviously, I would be sad if something got spilled on it or anything like that. But like anything else that I have, I'd be buying it to play with it.
Yeah. Gross, but fair enough.
Gross, but fair enough. Yeah, no. If I do see this, I think I'm going to pick this up.
I hope you do. I was hoping you would have pre-ordered it, but you didn't believe.
I didn't believe. I wanted to see yours first.
Yeah. Well, I put you in a weird position as far as buying it.
Hey, if I had to spend a little bit more on this, then so be it. If I had to guess, if I do end up with this, I'll probably see it at around the $200 mark.
Would you pay the $200 mark?
Would I pay that?
Yeah.
Right now?
$50 markup?
Looking at this. Like if I was at my FLGS this weekend and I walk in, I'm browsing, they're like, hey, check this out. We got this collector's edition of Daggerheart over here. Only $200. I'd pop on it.
I bet you would. And it's funny is I can't say it's not worth it to me.
I'd pop on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely would. I'd like to say that I would have more strength than that. And I'd be like, no, just give me the core edition. No, after looking at this, seeing the quality of everything that's contained here, I would definitely do it. Because the only thing that's like the only disappointing part of this entire thing, and take the word disappointing with a grain of salt here, is the tokens.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the dice with the Spurs.
The dice are great. I don't care about the Spurs. I don't care about dice with the Spurs. It's just the beads. So these guys right here.
Not fish tokens?
So these just being standard, like Chinese imports.
Hey, man.
Tokens, which they're throwaway tokens.
I'll take it.
I mean, they're great. They're going to do what they need to do. There's a really good selection of colors here. It's everything that you actually need.
Everything I need.
But that would be the only thing I think that I could ding this entire collector's set on.
But what else would it have been? Just like a 3D printed, made-to-order token, a cardboard punch-out? Because I feel like that's what we would have gotten.
Cardboard punch-out, I wouldn't think something like that. I'm thinking something more like a chit, like what's the name of that company that makes the plastic replacements for the dice throne stuff?
Oh, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
So there's a company out there that specializes. I'll have to look it up, but they were at Gen Con last year too. That their whole thing is making high-end plastic and resin components for games. They're going to do something.
There you go.
Yeah, they do stuff for everything you can imagine, for dice throne, for wingspan, for anything that has like cardboard components.
Yeah,
they make either wood, resin, or plastic replacements for those components. That's what I was expecting out of here. So not necessarily just actual gems like this, but even like smaller resin chits or like, injection molded plastic things with, like maybe hope and fear printed on them, or like an icon representative of hope and fear.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting, more than I was expecting these, which are basically the plastic aquarium beads.
We're going to have to go through this and count them out by color and see if it's the same amount for every color.
Oh, make sure their quality control is on point.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just want to know if they've included like up to the max amount of hope you can have sort of situation.
I should hope so. And it seems like they have here. But who actually knows?
There's no way to know.
If I was going to ding them on any one thing, it would be that. And it's not even the dice, like you said. No, I wouldn't ding them on the dice at all, because the dice are...
Really? Not at all?
No, I like the dice.
Not even a little ding?
Not even a little ding.
For a little bit of quality control?
That does not bother me. It was just a point of observation.
I'd give him a little ding.
That little bit of a ding on that face is not something that concerns me or keeps me from rolling a die. I've had worse dice than this. I've seen worse dice than this, especially when it comes to handmade hard edge resin dice. So no, I'm happy with that. Like I said, the only thing that I would possibly ding them on would be these chits. Everything else, though, I like it.
I want to dive into that GM screen so bad.
I want to dive into that book. I want to just read that book cover to cover, because that's going to be some really cool stuff.
I'm sad that I have to go inside and like get this ready for podcasts and YouTube services and stuff, because that means that's time I'm not reading the book and time I'm just sitting on my computer wishing I was reading the book. So that's sad for me, but is what it is.
This color,
I don't like that one.
Is hideous.
I don't like that one at all.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So on the
tried
screen,
to make it brown.
It looks like it's the orange kind of brown color of this, but in reality,
maybe they went for like an amber.
It's not. It's not even amber. It's. It looks like really watered down sweet tea.
Yeah.
Hideous. The worst color in here. I hate it.
So all right. Well, I was gonna say, any more final thoughts before we end what's probably the longest unboxing?
I probably one of the worst unboxings. We didn't actually show too much of it to the camera.
Easily. I mean, to be fair, hey, this is a podcast. And we've always been audio first.
An unboxing talkathon.
We just shouldn't have started the episode saying, watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, no. Whatever. I never claimed to be a smart person.
One day we'll maybe get cameras. But, until then, we don't get paid for this. So and we don't have a lot of money. But if that ever changes, hey, thanks. That'll be because of you guys. For now, audio places, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, those places, super duper appreciate 5-star. YouTube, like, subscribe, all those things. We're going to be covering Daggerheart pretty much exclusively for the next few weeks to a couple months.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about here.
Yeah, we're probably do an overall review, at some point soon, I imagine, as soon as we can get through the whole book and feel comfortable putting that stamp on it. We're going to be going over the GM soon. We're going over the different frameworks and classes and domain cards and everything else as soon as we can get that stuff out to you guys. Hey, if you just want to give us leave some positive affirmation somewhere, that helps keep the lanterns lit. And we super duper appreciate that as well. But for now, I've been Tyler.
And I've been Richard.
And we've been True Strike. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hey, adventurers. Thanks again for joining us today. Please be sure to give us a follow on your favorite podcasting platforms and YouTube. If there's any questions you'd like to write into the show, you can hit us up on Threads, Blue Sky, or Instagram. New episodes released every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening to True Strike.